Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Peter Up and Flopcast, episode 24, Goldeneye, Last of Us, Red Dead TV Rush. How are you all doing? I hope you all have had a very, very splendid weekend. We are here with your fortnightly news, well, your fortnightly attempted news, where we occasionally talk about video games. We'll not get attacked by Damo's cats, technical difficulties, dead silence, or generally just food.
That's your food. This is my food.
I mean, do I really want to go into literally? Alright, so just to give you guys a bit of context on what we were doing literally before the fucking podcast started, Damo and I were literally just like, Damon's got her own music going, I've got my own music going, and literally we're just literally just doing our own fucking thing, just fucking dancing and doing absolutely dumb shit. Damon's literally just fucking headbanging as we go along, and at one point I see Damo like move the headset out of the way and just pull like a bit of hair and put it in place.
Yeah, because I already kind of explained it yesterday, didn't I? So it's like
a lot of things went on yesterday. All I remember from yesterday was you and Lion. Well, you basically trying to argue with Lion about Teen Wolf and failing miserably. I'm there basically wondering what the fuck is actually going on here. Is this actually a Fire Emblem stream, or is this actually a discussion between you two on how bad Lion's memory is? That was all I remember from yesterday.
I'm not gonna lie, not having nicotine for basically the entire day, I got triggered easily. It's like those two shows were like practically my comfort show sort of thing, you know. But no, basically, and we were kind of having a laugh about it today, really ultimately, about things. I'm temporarily standing in as a vocalist for a very small band, and I'm just headbanging to some Misfits because I need to learn. I need to learn the lyrics for it and shit. So I'm just headbanging to that, and then I literally see what Chaos DM'd me, and I was like, okay, that set me off the edge.
Yeah.
So expect some very crackhead energy today. I mean,
isn't that about right for us here at the Flopcast?
More than normal.
There's a reason why it's called the Flopcast, because we're not good enough to do an actual podcast, but we can actually somewhat string a conversation, at least a series of conversations over a 2-hour period.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, hello
YouTube.
Have
a lot to talk about today. So.
Yeah, we do have quite a bit. Some good news, unfortunately some sad news as well.
That's true.
We will get onto the sad news first, initially, when we get on to talking about our stuff. But, as is the usual, Damo, what the fuck you been playing these past few weeks?
Ironically enough, The Last of Us Part 1.
Now, to be fair, you've been playing the, was it remake or remaster?
Remaster, because I don't have the money for the remake.
Who the fuck does? Who the fuck has the money to literally pay for the same game a third time on a third generation? It was on the PS3, it was on the PS4, and now it's on the PS5. Alright, it being redone for the PS4 makes sense. Being done for the PS5, alright, does not make any fucking sense. And I've made that statement.
I will say though, I've seen gameplay for the remake, and there is actually quite a bit more detail.
Yeah,
that's kind
detail.
Of my interest.
Yeah.
Other than that, not really, but
yeah, it's detail. I'm sorry if you want more like crisp viewing in regards to The Last of Us, and just get a pack of walkers and stick it in front of your eye. I'm sorry, if they're not adding like anything fucking new into the game, then what's the fucking point? You're actually paying for the same game 3 fucking times. It's like buying Skyrim on all your different fucking platforms. It's the same fucking game no matter where you are.
I will say this though, like, the only time I actually played The Last of Us was on a friend's like Xbox at the time when it came out. No, wait, not Xbox.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't. I was gonna say it's a PlayStation exclusive.
I'm getting two games completely mixed up for a second. So that's my.
She does not know what she's talking about. She is not a journalist. She does not know. She does not investigate this shit. All she does is play with her boobs and play with her hair all day.
No.
It's been one of those days, ladies and gentlemen, where literally I just need to let out some fucking shit. So excuse me if I do start rambling or just say some random shit.
Mhm.
It's been a rough day.
You know, and then like I didn't really play it that much. Like they got it on the PlayStation 4, like myself eventually when it came out free, I think.
It was on PS Plus at one point.
Yeah, and so when I booted up The Last of Us, I wasn't expecting it to have my previous save from 2019, yeah. And I didn't want to continue on because I'm pretty sure, knowing me, I saved it at a point where I fuck myself over consistently.
The funny thing is, actually, The Last of Us was actually one of the first streams you'll actually find on my YouTube channel. If you go back to my oldest shit, you'll actually find it. It's literally the stream's called me breaking it.
Yeah.
Because I was literally dealing with I literally just got into the shopping area, and there was Tess and Ellie there with us.
Oh, yeah, very early on.
Yeah. And I was basically bricking it because I wanted to take them all out, so take out all the clickers, so I didn't have to deal with that shit. Oh.
That'll be the train station areas when you have multiple clickers.
Well, it's been a while since I played it. All I know is I fucking was shitting myself. You can tell if you go back. YouTube.com/GameStrike409. Shameless plug! Actually, is it a shameless plug if it's from my own channel?
Technically not, no, because you are literally on your own channel doing it, so technically no, but I am trying to shamelessly plug your channel to my bandmates, and I'm waiting for them to respond so I can actually send the link, because I don't want to be rude. So I'm tempted just to send it anyway, and I know you didn't ask, but there you go.
I mean, if you're gonna send them a fucking link, at least send it when we're actually doing the voice acting.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, the Flopcast is literally just like us just talking and shit.
Mm.
It could lull them into a false security that, you know, we actually know what we're doing.
Yeah, you got a point, actually. I'll just wait for them to message back then. Anyway.
So The Last of Us. Also.
The Last of Us.
What else
Sims.
What a surprise.
Yeah, but I streamed it, didn't I? I did the Hunger Games.
Yes. Yes.
Where it was either Ivy or Chives that kept getting murdered first. Yeah.
And the thing is, I feel so sorry for Chives. She kept getting killed. Right, as soon as she gets resurrected, it's like, "Hey, Chives, welcome back! Yay!" It's like, come on. That was so unfair.
Yeah, and like at one point, Lion was the one calling the police on the game.
Oh god! Like, I'm pretty sure by the end of it, Ivy and Chives pretty much got stabbed by everyone.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like those two, not meant for survival. They're too hot.
The very, very first time round, right? I just got it all set up and stuff like that prepared. And I was like, well, you know what? Because considering Smurf wants to make Lion his girlfriend, you know, well, boyfriend, but in order for me to make Lion have boobs in The Sims, I had to make him a female.
Yeah.
I was just about getting them all smooching up for that to happen and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden, boom, I've killed Ivy, and then fucking Yuri kills me straight after.
Irony of ironies, Smurf wanted to get some jiggy with Lion, and another type of penetration happened, just not of the sexual kind.
Oh, mate, it was great.
Hey, Ivy. Ivy, want me to penetrate you? Huh? Inside! Fucking knife.
But apparently everybody's Sims' favourite way to kill me was making me choke on a grilled cheese.
Not to mention the amount of times the Grim Reaper died due to, well, ass blast.
Yuri. Yeah, Yuri and Lion doing the ass blast.
Literally, I've never seen the Grim Reaper get taken out so many times by some fucking thick ass cheeks. They say thick lives save lives, but damn, that ass make your life not last.
The thing is, by redoing that over and over, I broke the game for a little bit, didn't I?
Yeah,
nothing really was
yeah,
going
that's
well,
it.
like,
That's when you actually
everything was
decided
glitching
to
out.
call it, because it's like it just would not fucking go.
Yeah, and then it just reset, and all of a sudden you just see someone in there, and you don't even know how the fuck they died.
Yeah, literally, Chives got, wasn't it Chives that got killed, and then it's like, what, 20 seconds later, then Chives, like, keeled over.
Yeah. So, I've obviously officially uninstalled the mod.
As amusing as it was, it served its purpose.
Yes, and there's actually EA are doing a live stream tomorrow, like a behind the Sims stream, like sort of thing. And then after that, there's apparently a massive update.
There's an update.
Yeah.
Let's see if they'll actually make it work.
They'll fix something and then break something else. It's usually what happens.
You mean, aka, they'll go to fix something, break everything, piss you off in the process. I have to listen about it for the next few hours, until I then go, right, I gotta go, Damo, bye, and then I'll be sat there for the next 5 minutes going, fuck's sake. See, here's the thing, I don't need to play fucking Sims, I just need to listen to you talk about it.
Yeah. You got a point. But other than that, in Sims wise, I went back to obviously, you know, after first clean installing it, to the family that I originally created. Raylin is now a child and went to hang out with her dad and half brother / cousin. And that's only because Don Lothario got Dina and Nina's mum Pregage.
Are we gonna go through that whole like mistake? Are we gonna go through that whole like mistake and I'll just say pregnant? How do pregaganante?
Pregagana. And which would then make that child Dina and Nina's brother. I did not realise this at the time. Don woo-wooed with Dina, and that's how Raylin was born. And I didn't notice until I got there. You know, just kind of like coming back swiftly, see them hang out and stuff. And I hover over the little guy's, like, you know, Sim, this little, like, child Sim, and it says half brother, and I'm like, wait, what? Surely that would make uncle or cousin?
It's Sims. Incest isn't a thing.
Oh, no, seriously, like, if they are, like, directly linked, like brother, sister, and cousin, you can't. But it kind of gets weird after, like, 5 generations, because even though it'll be your cousin 5th removed or something, like, I don't even know.
I've never understood that. I've never understood that whole, like, fucking cousin twice removed. It's like,
yeah, I don't understand.
How does that
either.
work? Like, I've never understood that. Like, I've heard about jokes made about that shit for years, and I've never understood that. That's been one of those things that's just like, as a part of, I guess, human culture, I just don't fucking understand. Oh, yeah, my cousin twice removed and 3 times and 4 times. What? Are you actually talking about family tree? Or are you playing Jenga? If you're playing Jenga, knock that shit off and tell me the fucking truth.
Not just that, but also after the 4th or 5th generation, the chins are very sunken in. On Sims, it's fucking weird, man. You have to like manually fix it yourself.
I would just
at that point.
I would just leave it at that point. It's just like it's like there's no longer the Grand Canyon, it's the Grand Chinigan.
Yeah. I've also played some Genshin because, you know, new area and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Started doing the quest line on that one. Fortnite because obviously that got streamed. Goat Sim 3.
Yeah, Goat Sim. Check out the VODs, they're still up on both our channels. Check out Damo's
where I went into a karaoke place.
Check out Damo at twitch.tv/it's Damu. Or I guess it says there's an H at the end of it. I guess you can say Damo.
Damu.
Damahu.
Damahu.
Just start fucking like just find a way to actually incorporate Yahoo into your name.
Yep. Sorry I'm late, just got home. That's perfectly fine, sweetie.
And second. Technically third, really. Yeah. The new area in Genshin is certainly interesting. Like, I definitely like what they've done. Actually, expanding on the desert area, but obviously it's been the lantern, right? Over the past couple of weeks, so obviously there's been that going on. But I was expecting like another Archon, actual big Archon quest, but it's just not really much going on. Unless, of course, they're you gave the new area, give everyone a chance to actually get shit, blah 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 blah, and then
makes sense.
Because we only got like what, another 9 days until the second path of the patch.
I think so, yeah, something like that.
And that should be when Lisa's outfit also comes out and will be available through an event. So if you want to get Lisa's event, you best make sure you get on that fucking game. I mean, to be fair, it does suit her.
Also Batman Arkham Asylum.
Oh, you've been doing Arkham Asylum?
Yeah, I've been using the streaming thing, and actually, to be fair, it's not that bad. Like, I've got the actual game in itself. Yeah. But I wanted to try out the PlayStation streaming system.
Yeah.
It's actually not that bad, to be fair. It gets a little bit... If you will notice massively when the weather's bad, it gets quite chuggy. But other than that, it's actually not that bad at all, to be honest. So and you literally pick up right where you left off.
So you don't really have that issue if you know you have a capture card.
No, I'm talking about the PlayStation streaming system.
I know, as I'm saying, you don't have that issue if you have a capture card.
No, talking of capture cards, you're gonna have to help me set mine up once it arrives. My support worker got it for me.
Yes, I read your message. Oh
yeah.
We will be jumping on Gotham Knights at some point. I know that for a fact.
Yes.
It's just that
we need to.
It's just that a lot of other stuff have also actually taken up like my other plans as well.
I understand that.
Gotham Knights wasn't something I was actually going to purchase originally, so it's kind of like we'll get to it when we get to it. Kind of like Elden Ring, when I can actually like mentally prepare myself and possibly get a therapist, as well as anger management. As long as we don't have another situation where I die and you and Lion kill the boss again.
I don't know how that bit works because me and Lion never actually tested that. He actually helped me in terms of just getting like the drones sorted and stuff like that. So obviously like on the streets back like fighting sort of stuff. Well, in terms of actual main boss quest things, I'm not entirely sure how that works.
Well, basically, if the boss basically vanishes before you actually vanish, and says you are dead, then it's counted as dead. Then the boss is counted as dead. But
I'm talking about Gotham Knights.
Oh, Gotham Knights? Oh, well.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I don't know how that works. Obviously, I know how it works in Elden Ring.
We'll figure it out while we go. We'll wing it, just like we do with every other fucking collab stream. As usual, we'll wing it and we'll make something of it. And who knows, maybe we'll end up with a shit ton of clips like I did for Code Sim.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I'm like, not gonna lie, I literally just woke up the day after. I was like, you know what? Let's clip the shit out of this. Clip. Clip.
Yep.
I actually sat there, watched the entire fucking stream, and did all that.
Fucking hell.
Actually, no, the last I could even got the bit where we did gun game with Ivy and Sam. So yeah, that took a fucking hot minute to do.
And how I won. I need to go back and clip that.
Or how you won, or how I prevented Sam from winning.
A collaboration of me winning.
Look, I didn't give a fuck who won as long as Sam didn't win. Because I know for a fact if I tried to win, it was actually going to be a case of you and Ivy were going to be caught between a rock and a hard place. I was actually trying to win. Sam was just being a smug bastard.
Wait, who did I kill? Like, Sam?
I have no idea. I literally came around the corner and it was fucking over.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to let you know then.
Yeah. I thought, to be honest, I thought Sam had got the kill. Oh god, it's so funny. It's so funny hiding in the bedroom and fucking Ivy's just trying to get me. And I'm just like, hey there, pretty boy, bang.
And then there's me that's just like, getting nowhere.
Oh god, that was just a hot mess.
Yeah, that was a hot mess, honestly. I was just like raging. I was more raging at myself out of anything else because like, I know I can play better than this. Why am I sucking so hard right now? Damo, get a fucking grip and do better. That's what was going through my head. What do you mean, clip it? Okay.
Just, you know, maybe something for editor me later on.
Edited Chaos just like has that clip and then just gets that clip of me getting frustrated.
Okay, I'm not that fucking good.
I'll teach you the ropes, honey. I'm not the best, but I can teach you the basics.
Proceeds to look at all my videos that I've fucking done on YouTube. It's like,
no, I mean like through like iMovie stuff, like that's what I mean. Like, I'll help you.
Chaos. Yeah, how's this work again? I forgot. Where did we get to?
No.
Yes. My turn now.
It is. What have you been gaming this week?
Obviously, Genshin Impact. To those of you who kind of have been paying attention to me, I have actually been working on getting the stuff, the possible requirements to get Dia, a 3.5 character, maxed out to level 90. Now, I have seen some stuff that has suggested certain items are actually required for her to ascend. So, I may be working on that and actually nearly have everything I need. Maybe also even actually working on her talents as well. So, I'm kind of going ham on that. Been doing Pokemon Scarlet, as some of you will have known. Literally, it was not that long ago that I went for Scorbunny. Sorry, Cinderace in the raid. That was a fun. And then the new raids, the new 7-star raid Pokemon was Greninja. To those of you who saw the stream yesterday, will know of the frustration that I had to deal with that fucking frog.
Yes.
And then finding out the secret behind the 7-star raids and the fact that Game Freak decided to give 7-star raid Pokemon more than 4 fucking moves.
Damn.
Fucking using double team. And then I look at the moveset, it doesn't have double team.
Yeah, that was a bit sus, honestly.
Sus. There was so much sus even Among Us to go, what the fuck? Yeah, we pressing the button on that one. I was so triggered by that shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then typically at one point I get fucking frozen by Ice Beam. Literally, that rarely ever happens. The chance of that is literally I think about 10%.
Yep. You got 10%ed.
Fucking yeah.
There we go.
If I want to get 10% that badly, I'll work with the ad revenue on Twitch. Even my mouse pad just fell off the side.
Even your mouse pad was like, yeah, nah, I'm good, bro.
Mouse is like, fuck that shit, I'm out.
Fuck that shit, I'm out.
Also being, in terms of games, I've been playing one Neptunia game, Neptunia Reverse. It was basically just a redo of the first Neptunia game, so I'm just enjoying that on the side. Also sort of tackling some Nexamon, and I've been playing. So those of you who saw the stream, who's cut the streams, I've been playing Fire Emblem Engage. Very good game. Give them a quick little review of it. I definitely like what they've actually done so far in terms of the story. The fact that the protagonist actually fucking talks, which is more than they did in 3 houses. There's definitely the ring system, or like the emblem system, is very good. It actually gives a nice little added bonus thing to your characters. I'm sad that you actually can't pair up the characters together, so that then you can basically just go into an attack. So you can put 2 units together and basically use that to make them stronger, and then swap the unit around occasionally. Kind of sad that's not in it, because that makes then building up like the friendships a bit more difficult. Graphically, it's actually very fucking impressive for a Switch game. It is very impressive. And the thing is, this is where it's going to be a bit interesting. I look at Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and I look at Fire Emblem Engage. I'm like, you can have a game like Fire Emblem Engage, yet you also bring out a game that has kind of been as scuffed as it has been in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Like, I know it's obviously different companies and shit, but it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, I'm only like at chapter 10 of Fire Emblem Engage. Already got and started some of the DLC shit, much to Lion's chagrin. Fuck you, Lion. Getting some of the OP shit early on, where he basically went through almost the entire game before he got that shit. But then again, that's what happens when you basically just blast through the game in an entire fucking night. And then you do what I do and play other games and take your time with it. Shit gets revealed to you a lot differently. Christ alight. Other than that, I've not really actually done much in terms of like other games. I've kind of been worn out somewhat because of my work schedule, and I'm on a change of work schedule again. But this time it's back to my old schedule, so yeah, that's gonna have to be a bit of a workaround again. So then I'll be able to. So I need to be able to actually get plenty of rest, so I can at least do some of my later night streams again. So you may see the likes of Yuri, obviously Damo, and maybe some other late night cats that you don't normally see.
Yep.
Actually hanging out.
I'll also be changing. I know there's not much of a stream schedule at the moment for myself, but I will be probably reverting back to the old one myself.
Because currently you're on only 2 days, aren't you?
Yeah. Even though it's more 1 day a week at the moment. And I do apologise about that, but I want to be medicated. I've never said this in my life, but I want to be fucking medicated before I do.
Charles, get the sedatives!
No, but it's true though, honestly. I do want to be medicated again.
Yeah.
You know, I may not have spoken much and all that lot on my medication, but it kept me sane and more slightly more stable. Okay, you know what I mean.
No, please tell me.
Like, I don't know. I weren't as unmotivated.
Batshit.
I don't know. I don't think sedatives would work for kittens.
I mean, you're not wrong, Yuri. Hello.
Hey, Daddy! But yeah, it's just kind of one of them, really. Like...
Yeah, it's...
It kept me on point with a schedule, semi-on point with at least a stream schedule, is what I'm trying to say.
Plus, it didn't help the fact that I was actually on your ass for most of it.
Yeah, but that's because I had a gap in between that as well, didn't I? Like a 3-week gap, and now I'm almost at that point. Because they're processing the order.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like,
a
20
clusterfuck,
days.
ladies and gentlemen.
I think it's like 22 days I've been with that medication now in total. It's fucking disgusting.
And your brain cells are currently like this is the Last of Us. Please help.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of Last of Us, we're actually going to get on to a bit of sad news, actually. And this is game related, so Annie Wershing, who played Tess in the first Last of Us, voiced and motion capped, has unfortunately passed away at the age of 45 after losing her battle with cancer. It is very sad to actually see. Tess was actually quite a good character for the start off, and definitely helped point Ellie and Joel in the right direction of possibly where to go. And probably was one of the main reasons of why Joel actually initially stuck with Ellie. So, it is very sad to see. Apparently there is a GoFundMe page to basically help her family. Neil Druckmann posted a tweet saying, "Just found out my dear friend Annie Wershing passed away. We just lost a beautiful artist and a human being. My heart is shattered. Thoughts are with her loved ones. There's a GoFundMe set up for her family." So go check out that tweet to find out. If you want to actually go support, then by all means. But whenever it comes to donation stuff, always double check everything.
Yeah.
It is a sad thing, because quite a few people actually worked on The Last of Us, so quite a few other voice actors and various other things are obviously sending out their condolences to the family. There's like footage of her work in the motion caption of probably one of the more gripping scenes of when you find out that Tess got bit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of like sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, at least she went out in a bat and at least she went out fighting.
Yeah.
Because like there was no way like. It kind of makes me wonder though, like, is like going game wise at a minute. If you actually get bit, can you do what they did in The Walking Dead and like chop your arm off quick enough to actually prevent the infection? Is that a possibility? Because I don't think I've seen anything in game that shows that.
No, I've not seen anything in game about that either, to be honest.
So,
like,
I mean, the TV show does seem to be diverting slightly from some of the original work.
We will talk about that. We will talk about it.
I said it seems. Just based on some of the stuff I've seen pop up, so no spoiler.
So what is your question about the game?
Have they actually ever shown someone that's gotten bitten having that bit part of their body severed? So amputated. Sorry.
In terms of The Last of Us, no. Days Gone, no. DayZ, no.
Not seen it on Resident Evil either.
Itself, no. No.
Then the only one.
They never put it in the game.
Yeah,
really.
I think the only thing I've actually ever seen that in is The Walking Dead, and it's like The Walking Dead actually kind of like, huh.
Yeah, because that's the TV show, but they've even with their own game, VR and the shit show that wasn't the VR edition game. No.
They covered it. Aye. I was just curious because, like, obviously they've done stuff like that. Oh. Aw, thank you, Zoe. Thank you, Zoe Sosa, for the 4 bits. Stopping by love, hashtag Cooper Troop. Thank you very much. You're currently witnessing the recording of the Peter Robin Flopcast. So there are no alerts for this, because it makes editing this a bitch. So yeah, it is sad that Tess's actor has unfortunately passed away.
Yeah.
Our condolences here from the Flopcast to her family and everyone and her friends as well.
Honestly, she did an amazing job as Tess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't really know. I don't think I know anything else she's voice acted in, to be honest.
She has actually been in a few other things. She has also been in TV series Bosch and 24. Apparently, it's also been confirmed, I'm reading here, that the third episode of The Last of Us TV adaptation will be dedicated to her. I mean, consider it's going to be a bit of a rush job, no doubt.
Well, nothing was mentioned in the third episode, so it'll probably be the next one.
Well, literally only found this out today. Literally, the article about this is just out today, so this is fresh. So yeah, it is a sad thing. And it's always sad when you actually see someone actually go. It's especially when they actually have done good work.
Oh yeah, like I said, she did amazing for the game, honestly.
Yeah. It's unfortunately one of those things, like, just time sometimes gets us. Yeah, I'm just looking at some of these tweets. Yeah, she was 45. She was 45, man. kind of makes you think about mortality and all that shit. But we're not gonna get onto that. Not here.
We're not gonna go off on a deep end.
No.
I will cry in private.
Or on the street.
Just kind of light in the mood.
I'm getting feeling sad, just like The Walking Dead. Oh, I can hear it. Bruh.
Don't even, bro. I'm gonna give you the satisfaction.
Bruh.
Bro.
But yeah.
Bold Spoon Daddy want to be got jokes.
I assume that's goat jokes. But yeah. That's it. Our condolences. May she be able to rest in peace. And
yeah.
Let's take a moment of silence. Bing bong. And back to the show. Hey, the show must go on.
Yeah.
So, Damo.
Yes.
I believe your turn. Seems that's how we do this.
Hell yeah.
Seems like we tennis this between each other. Just without the sexual moans.
I'm not even. I don't know what you'll do. It'll be just like Elder Ring again.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. I promise. I swear.
Scout's honor.
Scout's honor. Oop, shit.
Exactly. Anyway, Naughty Dog is done with Uncharted and might not make Last of Us 3, Neil Druckmann says. Or it might, if Naughty Dog can come up with a good enough story for it.
That's funny, considering it's not out. Literally, I was even seeing articles literally only a couple of days ago saying otherwise. It seems that bit of information seemed a bit scuffed all over the show.
Yeah. I took my earbud out for a second, all I heard was Chaos's maniacal laugh.
I mean, what's new?
Anyway. And the article says as well, given the big success of the Last of Us video game series and the new HBO show, fans might be expecting Naughty Dog to make The Last of Us Part 3 in the future. That could happen. A plot outline has already been formulated, but Naughty Dog hasn't made any decisions just yet.
Yeah, but
the next Last of Us game...
Look how long it took for them to make Last of Us 2.
Yeah. The next Last of Us game is the upcoming multiplayer title, which Naughty Dog says it is the most ambitious title ever. Speaking to BuzzFeed, Naughty Dog co-president Neil Druckmann said he considers the multiplayer game to be another chapter in the universe of The Last of Us.
Oh, so they're finally actually getting around to the multiplayer.
Apparently.
Considering that's literally what's going to be the things they put in for The Last of Us Part 2.
But what about a sequel to The Last of Us Part 2? Druckmann said, people are wondering about The Last of Us Part 3 and whether that'll be a thing or not. Druckmann didn't have anything to announce, but said Naughty Dog gets to decide which games it makes. And just because The Last of Us is a successful franchise, that doesn't mean it will keep making more Last of Us games. After all, Naughty Dog has said it is done with the Uncharted series, despite that franchise's massive commercial success. All I can say is, at Naughty Dog, we are very, very privileged that our publisher is Sony, which means Sony funds our games, supports us, and we're owned by Sony. They have supported us every step of the way to follow our passions, meaning that just because something is successful, people think there's all this pressure and we have to make a sequel.
No.
That's not the case, Druckmann said.
Look at Half-Life.
For us, Uncharted was insanely successful. Uncharted 4 was one of our best-selling games, and we're able to put our final brushstroke on that story and say that we are done, we're moving on. Similarly, Naughty Dog could walk away from the Last of Us franchise and pursue other projects, like potentially its rumoured new IP. But Naughty Dog would make another mainline Last of Us game if it had a compelling enough story behind it, Druckmann said. It's up to us whether we want to continue The Last of Us or not. Our process is the same thing we did when we did Part 2, which is if we could come up with a compelling story that has this universal message and statement about love, just like the first and second game, then we will tell that story, he said. If we can't come up with something, we have a very strong ending with Part 2, and that will be the end. Just because Naughty Dog has no plans to make another Uncharted game and has opportunity to walk away from The Last of Us, both franchises could continue with external developers in the case of Uncharted. Naughty Dog has said it's open to the idea of an outside studio making Uncharted 5.
Alright.
For now, fans can look forward to new episodes of HBO's Last of Us series every Sunday night until Season 1 wraps up on March 12th. As for the Last of Us multiplayer game, more details are expected to come this year. The products discussed here were independently chosen by our editors at GameSpot.
So, not gonna lie, people, if you're expecting something from Naughty Dog, kind of hold your breath for a few years. Look how long it took for them to actually make a brand new Crash Bandicoot game. Look how long it actually look how long it took for them to actually make the last Uncharted game. Look at the time difference. There's quite a bit of a gap between 3 and 4. So,
and they're open to other studios literally taking over for Uncharted as well.
Yeah.
If you want more of that knockoff Lara Croft, you may get from a different studio.
Let's just hope they don't butcher it like 343 butchered Halo. I know some people will say, oh, 343 wasn't that bad. Oh, really? Explain why Halo Infinite is failing then. Sorry, failed.
Why?
Literally so many things they said they had planned for it and literally failed. Their season pass only meant to last for a certain amount of days, like any other season pass. Lasted literally for about 6 months. Season 1, actually no, it lasted about 8 or 9 months, and then it ends up going to. Then the next one lasted apparently even longer. But from last I heard, it's still going. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Like, it's gonna take probably a bit of work if we see in regards of a new Last of Us game, because they had a lot of promises for The Last of Us Part 2, but obviously due to the pandemic, obviously everything kind of got slowed down, especially with regards of DLC. So whether the multiplayer game is actually going to be a completely separate thing, or is it actually going to be DLC for the game, it'll be interesting to see kind of where they go on that approach. Because they did actually say that multiplayer would eventually be included.
Yeah.
So if this is them actually saying like, hey, guess what? This is actually going to be a thing, or if they're actually going to have multiplayer as its own thing and it's free to play according to some of the leaks that I've seen. All right. Well, we'll see. if that is actually the case, then fair play. Let's just see how things go. Is it going to play like the original Last of Us multiplayer, or is it going to be something else? Because
I've never played multiplayer for Last of Us, so I couldn't give an opinion.
It's a clusterfuck. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, I know, because I've had people go to me, "Do you want to come play it?" And I'm like, "Nope."
Also, quite rage-inducing as well. I've seen people lose their shits.
I'm like, "That's a you thing?" No.
Yeah, because a lot of the time they weren't dealing with like any of the infected. They were dealing with other players.
Yeah, I've had the stories, and I am not interested in multiplayer Last of Us. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
I'm not willing to risk the rage.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. No collab on the Last of Us multiplayer between me and Damo.
Do you want to do multiplayer? Do you really want to see me rage that much? We will have a discussion later.
Oh, she's gonna tell me off. I'm in trouble now, fellas.
Anyway, what else you got?
So they say they're done with Uncharted. Are they done with? So they're not saying they're done with Uncharted for good. They're just pretty much saying they're done with Uncharted for now. But they're open to other people paying out the arse for the series.
Yeah. And if they can basically be bothered enough to come up with a good enough story about love, which was not the premise I actually got from Last of Us, to be honest. But...
No. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say love is actually the premise, considering literally the first half an hour basically shows love being ripped from Joel.
Yeah, I've heard, because in the article obviously it stated that that's what 1 and 2 were based off, but the first one was more about grievance and moving on from, that, and able to, take somebody on and see them as your own child sort of situation and give them that familiar sort of love.
Yeah, the first one...
That's what I got from that with the grieving and stuff like that.
The first one basically kind of represents moving on.
Yeah.
Second one, not gonna lie, the feeling I got from the second, I've not played the second yet, but I've unfortunately had it spoiled out of the arse for me. The feeling I've got from the second one is consequences.
Mhm.
Like,
yeah,
just basically dealing with one's own consequences. Like, every action does have a reaction.
I mean, for them, maybe that's what they saw the premise was, but I agree with you on the second one. It's more about consequences for your actions.
Yeah.
Joel had to, unfortunately, I'm still pissed how
Hang on. Spoiler alert. Obviously, I know the game's been out for a bit, but spoiler alert, because I know some people probably still haven't played the game yet, and are probably thinking about it. So, we'll give you a spoiler alert. You have 10 seconds to mute the stream, or mute or speed on the VOD. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are now in the spoiler zone.
Right. Anyway, I'm still pissed because of how premature it was. But Joel's consequences caught up with him.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, Joel...
And then...
I get why Joel did what he did.
Yeah, because he grew an attachment to her.
Yeah. But at the same time, he did also kind of damn humanity.
Well, yeah. But also, like, the consequences for Ellie.
Mm.
Like, sort of thing. I get that. And obviously the love side of things I can kind of see in a way, but then they're having that ripped away like a fucking band-aid. And it sucked.
Ripped off like a band-aid? They yeeted that shit like they pulled the skin off.
Mm.
Granted, a lot of people say that Joel's death was way too quick. Way too. But the thing is, death isn't always some big fucking grand scene. It's not always like some sort of like grand gesture that's got to basically have like 5,000 different fucking like scenes and like in the background, or like several different scores of music to basically show the emotion of this person losing. No, death can be literally that quick.
Oh no, I understand
Everything
that.
that
But it's just like
everything that you care about will literally just be gone that quick.
Mm.
And the consequences of them doing that resulted in Ellie going on a rampage. And the consequences of Ellie going on a rampage was she killed some people that she really shouldn't have. And what Joel had taught her in playing the guitar, she can no longer do.
Mm. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
When
like,
it comes to,
that's the consequences of that and stuff.
yeah, literally, it's a case of when it comes to messing with other people's lives, there is always a consequence to pay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles, really, in regards of it. Like, a lot of people were pissed, mainly at the gameplay and how kind of scuffed it was. Some people, quite a few people, were pissed at like how the story was. Some people were pissed about some of the background rumours that were going on, especially in regards of Neil and some of the stuff they actually did to insert himself into the game, especially the sex scene that took place. Some people say they actually put himself in the scene to rub up on someone, but these are rumours that I don't know are true or not, so I care not to.
Yeah, we don't tend to kind of like talk if it's not exactly potentially true.
There was quite a few people saying about it at the time, and it's like now that it's basically died down because nothing actually happens, so I can only just assume nothing actually. Although I will admit, the backlash from The Last of Us Part 2, especially with Abby being like a character that everyone hated, they then went ahead and attacked Abby's voice actress, Laura Bailey, which is not cool no matter what. And even when Laura Bailey said herself, when she was going through the script, even she hated Abby, but then realised Abby was meant to be a character that you actually hate.
Yeah.
So,
you know,
she did her job.
Unfortunately, exactly. She did her job and she did it fucking well.
Yeah.
And, you know, some people that are like new players and stuff like that, there's some people, you know, the little stragglers as you do, that's still going on. And it's like, you know, no matter what the game is or whatever, you know, you may hate the character, and this even obviously happens in TV shows and movies as well. My God, have I seen it happen so many times to characters on The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah.
Or the villains, they get attacked so much, and I'm just sitting there like, I understand you hate the character for what they've done. That, okay, fine. That is understandable.
Yeah, because you're hating.
But don't then go on to attack the actor or the voice actor and shit like that. Like, there's no point.
I even actually did point it out on a previous podcast in regards of that, and how none of us here actually approve of people going ahead and attacking the actors for doing their job. You don't attack someone for a fictional thing. Like, if you actually have like any reason to like dislike the character and feel that you need to voice your disapproval, then don't attack the people that literally brought the character to life, whether it's in film or video game.
Fucking praise them for doing a good enough job for you to hate the character that much.
Exactly, because they clearly, yeah, exactly. This is why I say that Laura Bailey is one of my favourite voice actresses of all time, because she's so fucking good. Like, a lot of people love Laura Bailey for her work, especially when it comes to like her D&D stuff and Critical Role. Not to mention like her various other works, like as Lust in Fullmetal Alchemist, like as well as Lucina from Fire Emblem, like, and there's a bunch of other stuff. Like the list is endless. She's been in the industry for quite some time, and she's done so much good work. Hell, at the Game Awards, literally I think about 3 of the Game Awards where she got invited to. Do you know what she did part of the way through? There she is all dressed up. She fucks off to go join them, go to Critical Role or join them and play D&D. Part of the way through the Game Awards. She's literally done that several times. She literally turns up all dressed up. It's like, yo, fair fucking play. She's like, I'm bored, I'm gonna go play D&D.
You know what? That is such a me move to do.
I'm
bored. Let's go play fucking Elden Ring with Chaos. There we go.
Literally, that's why I love Laura Bailey, because she's just like, she's just a fun individual. She's just a happy individual. She did not deserve the hate that she got. If anything, she deserved praise for her voice. The fact that because there's acting like what you see in TV, and then there's voice acting, and it's a lot more difficult to put your voice through because people aren't seeing your face. And sometimes the facial features actually display more emotion than the voice can. So the fact that she was able to actually put her voice and actually make you actually make people dislike a character to that extent is credit to her talent and the hard work she's put into all these years.
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, you've got one of those voices that's very expressive, or you've got one of those faces that's extremely expressive.
Yeah.
You know. Like, you can tell, just sarcastic smile.
That's nice.
That's nice. Don't tell me again.
Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a reference to that, but fair play.
Yeah, it is. It's literally one of her, I think a posh, one of us, I think her son's, essentially soon to be mother-in-law. She's talking about like some fancy shit, and she's like, "Oh, I had elocution lessons when I was younger." Oh, didn't really work. Oh, yes, I did. Before I used to say, "Fuck off," and now I just say, "That's nice." Great.
Accidental reference, love it.
Oh, me and Charles make reference like that all the damn time. It's a common theme between the pair of us. Literally, if we don't feel like saying fuck off, we'll literally just say, "That's nice."
That's nice.
Oh, God.
But yeah, anyway, we completely went off, not like fully, but we kind of went off topic. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I don't think it's actually any point in actually starting anything new, considering we've only got like 3 minutes until we go for our break.
Oh, okay. Alright, fair enough. Alright, fair enough.
But yeah, so Naughty Dog, which was the original conversation on that bit, it's kind of funny. The first part has actually been The Last of Us. First part of this podcast has actually been The Last of Us, which is actually something I didn't think would happen.
Just rolled with it. I went with it. I kept it on. I kept it going.
Yeah, about fucking time. Took you 24 episodes.
I try, okay? I try.
Still waiting.
I was meant to suck on it.
Clip it! Clip it!
Shit. I meant to suck on it, not chew it, because I like sucking on the party rings.
Editor, you know what to do. Timestamp this, editor. So Naughty Dog, like, they've done pretty well for themselves over the years, obviously with Crash Bandicoot, and saying basically, obviously, them saying they're actually done with Uncharted. It's like, yeah, you'll only actually be done if someone else actually picks it up. And that's when I'll kind of take your guys' word for it. So it depends if someone actually can like put a story like forward to them, that'll actually be worth their time. That's the thing. If they're able to actually put a good enough story towards it, then it will actually, you know, we may actually see something else before. Who knows? Maybe the PlayStation 6. Guarantee it's going to take some time before we see something new. Because hell, there's even actually talk about maybe a new Crash Bandicoot game being in the works at some point. So
Nice.
yeah. And literally, at the minute, apart from like a couple of other things, Naughty Dog's really not got much actually going on at the moment.
No.
There's nothing actually really to keep an eye out for. So as far as I can see, I may miss stuff. But yeah, it'll be interesting. We'll definitely maybe revisit this on another Flopcast to see if there's actually anything else. And obviously, when it comes to the multiplayer game, obviously we'll talk about it as more information about it actually comes forward. If you guys actually have any other more information, then you are free to put it. Then please do put it in the comments below. That's for YouTube, by the way. Or you can @ me at Chaos Mason on Twitter with links to information, so we can actually see it and actually maybe read it ourselves, and then actually bring it forth on here on the Flopcast. But
Or even at me at Party with Knives.
yes.
I actually remembered my username.
Oh, she's remembering shit.
Shit, run.
Fuck. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the first hour of the Beach Open Flopcast. We're gonna go take a break. Don't worry, YouTube. I will have it. Don't worry, there will be a cut between when we actually start the actual break and then just before we come back. So you haven't got a...
That's just an editor note.
No, I'll do that anyway now.
No, you make that little editor note.
Yeah.
There we go.
But yeah. So yes, go stretch your legs, maybe grab something to eat, grab something to drink, or refill your drink. Maybe go to the toilet, or whatever, maybe stretch your legs, whatever. But we will see you guys back here in 9 minutes.
Yes.
Providing I don't get distracted by anything. Yeah, yeet.
Yeah, you.
Yes. Also, Chaos.
Yo.
I'm gonna send you something.
Oh no. Also, hey Arnie.
It's a picture of the cat.
Oh no. What's this crackhead done now?
The way he's laying on the sofa is me first thing in the morning.
Yep. I can believe it. But yes, hello everybody and welcome back. Sorry, I was poking my nephew in the ribs. Because apparently, right, he's watching the Flopcast right now. And he literally was like, oh, couple of minutes and then I'll have to, then it'll be break time, guess I'm gonna have to brace myself. And literally, he was showing me some leaks for Fortnite, and I was stood right by him, and he didn't even brace himself. That's all, I just went, dick!
Wow.
Hi, Jay!
Hi, Jim Jam.
Jimmy Jim Jim Jam!
Jimmy Jam.
Jimmy Jam! Oh.
So he was just kind of like glaring at me from his chair, just like,
from
Oh, it used to be blind.
from The Last of Us to, well, a game that fans actually want a TV show. Red Dead Redemption fans want a TV series after seeing HBO's The Last of Us. Yeah, here's the thing, guys. I don't think that would work out quite well. They think, oh, it'll be great, it'll be great, it'll be great, and just like it'll be just like the game. Maybe they'll just put a few things differently. It won't be like the game. I don't even think it would work well. A couple of reasons why I don't think Red Dead will actually work as a TV series. One, the game's not very good. Two, they would not be able to recreate half the shit that people would want.
No.
So, like, you don't see as many Wild West stuff these days. And that's for good reason. Because the shit kind of done.
No, talking of wanting to make it into a TV show, and obviously you talked about, like, you know, Last of Us. I have seen all episodes up to date now. Officially. It's good. I'm not going to spoil it because I know a few people here obviously haven't seen it yet, I don't think. So I'm not going to, you know, spoil anything. It's good. They could have done slightly better. Especially on the third episode. Changed it quite a bit. But other than that, to be honest, I can't complain. I actually genuinely enjoyed it.
Hold on. I'm just reading this right now. It's a lot harder to come up with an example of a good game adaptations than it is bad ones. Last year alone, Uncharted released in cinemas and failed to impress critics, and the Halo TV series certainly was a thing that happened, complete with an utterly bizarre Master Chief sex scene. Yeah.
I thought the Halo thing got cancelled. I'm confused.
Same.
Hang on, I've got my trusty website. Nope, there's 9 episodes of it, and then you got Halo, Halo Nightfall, as well. Halo Nightfall has nothing. Surprising enough, considering it came out in 2014, so I'm assuming that definitely got cancelled. But Halo in itself has 1 season and 9 episodes.
Jesus. Like,
yes.
Seriously, people, just because one game is actually doing... Here's the thing, like, they're not even actually sticking to, like, some of the actual, like, source. They're actually kind of going their own different way with some of it with The Last of Us TV series. No spoilers, by the way, on this one. But it's like... It could not work. Like, a Red Dead series would not work.
No. I can actually, like, in my opinion, I genuinely don't think it would work, simply because obviously fans will be expecting all the Easter eggs and stuff like that, but what people need to understand is, 1, the time that it's set in. 2, the Easter eggs are very not safe for work, and I'm not talking sexual either.
Not to mention licensing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be basically when you strip all the stuff that a lot of people like from Red Dead, there wouldn't exactly be much. It would just be another Wild West TV show with just a few people named from a game. That's about it.
Let's see where Arnie, just to clarify, Arnie?
Yes.
Yes, Arnie's coming from, like, oh, people don't want to copy, it won't make good views, as Last of Us proves them wrong. Exactly, but even then, Last of Us have made changes. And that's not going into detail about it, again, because, you know, I know some people here watching haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So I'm respecting them.
Yeah. Hence why, if we do anything like that, we give a 10-second spoiler warning. So then they get some time then actually to, mute.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's so much I could talk about it, honestly, because I'm genuinely in love with it.
Yeah.
Like,
once the series is actually over, then we'll probably talk about it then. What is it? March it's due to end? The first season?
Yeah. I think either mid-season or actual season, yeah.
Alright, so we may end up picking it up then.
Yeah.
And even then, we'll do spoiler warnings anyway.
Exactly.
But yeah, like,
you know,
people really need to think, like, like video game adaptations of stuff, a lot of the time don't work. And if they do, it's kind of at a stretch. Like, one of the few video game adaptations that I've actually know did kind of work was Angelina Jolie's Tomb Raider.
Oh, yeah.
That actually worked.
Yeah.
But that might be due to various reasons that aren't quite as...
Great to say live.
Yeah. You kind of get where I'm going, though, can't you?
No, but I understand that. But then it's also when, obviously, they revived Tomb Raider, but more of the prequel side of Tomb Raider as well. They obviously did a movie with that. I'm going to say, a lot of people genuinely didn't like it. But I actually, in a way, once I watched it a couple of times, I was able to understand exactly what they were getting at.
Yeah.
And I did kind of enjoy it. There's definitely room for improvement on that. And no one will be as good as the queen of Tomb Raider movie adaptations ever. But it was quite good.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's like that the thing is, Angelina Jolie's Lara Croft, then the prequel Lara Croft that they did, that's two different variations. Angelina Jolie is out of a Lara Croft that's actually been doing that shit for years. Whereas the prequel one is new and still kind of fresh out of university, so...
Well, yeah, exactly. You know? And if I remember correctly as well, I saw something this was like fucking years ago. The person who played the prequel Lara Croft in the game, as well as in the movies, actually stopped quite a few times to make... I think it was actually the same person, to be fair. To make sure that they were actually okay, because when they did the crying scenes... And, like, you know, when they were hurt, like, you know, the characters physically hurt, they had to genuinely make sure that she was okay.
Jesus, really?
Yeah. But it was just her acting.
Yeah, fair play.
The girl's acting, like I said, I can't remember if it's the same person or whatever. I'm pretty sure it is, because the facial features for the game to the actual person in the movie look extremely similar.
I don't think it was.
Identical.
I don't think it was. I think it was two different people.
But if I remember correctly, if they are two different people, then the one in the game was a prawn star as well, which was I can't say that it's the good news, but it is. So I was actually kind of intrigued by that. I was like, I'm trying to keep with the TOS and TOS for YouTube, okay?
She's a prawn star. Welcome to our own version of Tomb Raider. Womb Raider.
And that was definitely like piqued my interest at the time of me hearing about that. Not many
fucking figures. Not gonna lie, talking about that, I kind of want to watch the Tomb Raider movies now. I might do that actually.
I'm actually gonna Google that quickly. Give me a second.
So while you're actually doing that, I'll move on to a bit of a shorter subject, but one that's kind of been on gaming companies' mind for a long time. Toxic gamers. Toxic gamers have always actually been like a bit of an issue, and is this a confirmation about what you thought?
It's something that, like, so I put was there a prawn star for Tomb Raider? Just trying to get basic results. Obviously, you got your...
No, you should no. Are you
and then people also ask...
What you should have...
People also ask, is what's getting me. Does Lara Croft have daddy issues?
Yo, why isn't that a Watch Mojo video? Top 10 video game characters with daddy issues.
There probably is.
Yo, anyone watching, if you can, look it up.
Hang on. Right.
Watch Mojo, top video game characters with daddy issues.
No.
Oh my god.
How do I word it?
Alright, basically you look up the actress for the Tomb Raider, Tomb Raider prequel film, and then you go from there.
Hang on, Rise of Tomb Raider cast.
Jesus Christ.
Miller Luddington.
was gonna say, don't read out the name. Actually, just look into it first.
This is for the game, by the way.
Oh god.
I could be massively wrong in this, but I did hear something about a prawn star.
Yeah, I think you could be a bit wrong on this one, Damo. I think you could be a bit wrong on this one. I think you might be a bit out there on that one. So are we looking? So you're looking at the prequel games if they used a prawn star?
Yeah. But I don't think she actually. Oh, that's disappointing. It actually is. I'm actually just gonna keep my mouth shut at this point.
Yes. Do not dig yourself a deeper hole. At least wait until after the flopcast before we talk about this. And if we are going to talk about this, maybe get Yuri involved, because I think Yuri would actually laugh at this. So, can confirm, no prawn star was involved in Tomb Raider so far, that we know of. Anyway, back to what I was talking about, what Damo tries and searches up Tomb Raider prawn.
No, I haven't clicked on the links for that, Jesus Christ.
So, as I was saying,
Aww,
video games and video game companies have actually been trying to deal with toxic players for years. So, there have been many different degrees. Rainbow Six Siege has their anti-toxicity thing, where if you type something toxic in game chat, you immediately get suspended from the match. You immediately just get, boom, just suspended immediately. Which, to be fair, is good, but there is room for abuse on that. It's been an on-off battle. Like, they've tried like anti-cheat stuff, obviously behavioural stuff, like you'll get rewarded if you actually have good behaviour, blah blah blah. But again, it's open to abuse. Well, apparently, PlayStation are working on a feature to punish toxic players and reward good players. Yeah.
I'm listening.
So, ever since obviously Overwatch 2 came out, actually I'd say even before Overwatch 2, but as kind of the what's being used in this article, there's been a variety of ways that people are basically just trying to avoid dealing with toxic voice chat. And obviously quite a few games have been adopting just basically just a mute all voice chat. It's like, hey, that's just easy done. So I don't like. What more do you need?
Like, literally, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I don't mind listening to the voice chat because I just sit there quietly. But the stuff I've seen on like TikTok, like these girl streamers, like female streamers playing like say Call of Duty and stuff. There's this guy calling like her a bitch over and over again, and she's not even initiating conversation. And then one of the guys is like, "Dude, she might be good. Stop." And because she proves, to be great, he's like, "Oh, sorry for calling you a bitch," and stuff like that. And she's like, "Wonder why I don't talk."
I still think probably one of my favourite things I've seen from a female streamer was literally in I think it was either Tarkov or Call of Duty, and literally she just won. And she talks and like, "Oh, why don't you go in the kitchen and make your kid a sandwich or something? Why don't you go in the kitchen and make your kid a sandwich or something?" And her response was, "How about I just fuck your dad and give him a kid he'll actually love?"
Yeah, but like this is the thing though. Like I get it.
One of my favorite responses ever. I fucking love it. Although on the flip side, I guess you could actually say as a guy, if you got that shit, how about fuck your mum and actually give her a kid she'll actually want to look after?
Yeah, my response to that response would be like, well, that'll just be easy then, isn't it?
Just find her on the street corner.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I kind of get it though, because this is also why I don't really talk on the game chat anymore, to be honest, on games, because I remember playing like fucking GTA Online with a couple of my friends like really late at night, and I'm like being told by this guy and I'll never forget it because he had a very strong, like, southern accent, like, southern American accent. Not like Texas, or like that sort of thing, but like deep, like, southern accent telling me to go make him a sandwich. I was like, okay, That's cool. That's where I can then poison it then, isn't it? Do you still want a sandwich, mate? And he's like, what the fuck? You're British? That's so hot! And I'm like, go away. Go make me a sandwich.
Yeah.
Like...
No, that's what. No. Because I actually have seen this a couple of times. Literally, just some guys who think they're fucking hot shit, but they're literally just shit. And literally, they're saying stuff like that. And I've seen women actually respond with like them saying, "Oh, make me a sandwich." They'll turn around and go, "How about you go out and get a fucking job?"
Nah.
So you want to talk shit? Get a job.
Like, and that's just the polite version of what I actually responded with, because it's definitely not TOS, YouTube, or Twitch friendly.
It's just not friendly in general.
Yeah, it was not friendly in general, but obviously, you know, the bits I said about the sandwich bit and poison, that was definitely in there, but there was a lot more explicit.
Oh, I can imagine knowing you. I imagine there was like some real fucking hot shit in there.
You gotta think, I was new to the online gaming community. Like, if you think about it, like, the last time before then, online, I was playing Call of Duty on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah. Funny thing is, my first experience online was on Xbox 360 playing GTA Online, and I got accused of hacking.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Literally because it was lagging, and I got accused of hacking because people were apparently shooting me, and I was not getting hit. And yet I was
lagging.
And yet I don't know, but literally I was getting the headshots, and these guys were.
You use that to your advantage, you hacker.
I'm a top-notch hacker. Me, look at me. I'm taking over all the satellites. I'm gonna be peering through your bedroom window. Look at that child. He's ugly.
Seriously though, like, genuinely, before the PS4 game, like, online gaming days, that was the last time I was online. Time before that was back on the Xbox 360
I
days.
think a lot of people's most memorable is literally Call of Duty Black Ops 2 lobbies.
Yeah, and Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of people's like most fond memories, just because literally the shit. Hell, you can still find videos of shit like that even now. Just of how fucking ridiculous some of it was. Not gonna lie, kind of funny too.
I remember not being allowed to be playing online for Modern Warfare 3 because my dad was all like, no.
Yeah. But
So I'd wake him up in the middle of the night.
But literally, PlayStation, like, they're planning on punishing, like, they're going to be putting in this, apparently going to be trying to work on a feature that will punish toxic players, but then reward good players. I'm sorry, but that's open to abuse, mate. Like, literally, you can easily be like you could be playing a game and then your internet just be absolutely dropping, like going all over the show, and you could easily be accused of like lag switching. You could be accused of all sorts of stuff, and then you'll end up then you could end up being made to look like the toxic player, not you're cheating, and then you end up getting punished for it. When in actual fact, it's just the internet being dog shit. How is that fair?
Exactly.
So this is why I don't think it's a good idea for Sony to actually do something like that.
We'll have to see how it plays out, but just a quick distraction, what just came up on my notifications from game. Care Bears! Discover 2 new Care Bears to add to your collection. Pick your favourite here. I'm like, that's not even video game related. Okay.
I mean, isn't there a Care Bear video game?
I don't fucking know.
I mean, there probably is. There probably is.
It's a big video game, so you never know.
Oh god. So, I take it no luck on the Tomb Raider stuff.
No, much disappointment to my dismay. Those rumours were clearly false, and I find out years later.
So this is why, ladies and gentlemen, you do your research. Debo, you got something for us?
Yes. Yes, actually, this one might appeal to you slightly, but also may equally just as much disappoint you. I know how much you are of a Castlevania fan.
Indeed.
Konami won't do it, so fans remake the most infamous Castlevania.
Oh yeah, I read about this.
Yep.
Castlevania Chronicles 2 is the Simon's Quest remake Kenobi won't give us. A fan-made remake of Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest is offering a whole new way to play the most infamous entry in Konami's classic vampire hunting series. Back in 1995, Konami released Castlevania Chronicles on PS1, which remade and remixed with the original Castlevania and for then modern standards. Now in 2023, the fan studio War Machine has released Castlevania Chronicles 2 Simon's Quest, which takes the same approach for the divisive NES sequel. This remake takes the bones of Simon's Quest to craft a whole new game. You can still explore an open-ended overworld, get hints from NPCs, and explore dungeon-style mansions to acquire key items. But the world has been remixed, and the mansions have been completely revamped, and the old currency system has completely been revamped as well. The original Castlevania 2 is pretty infamous these days for its obtuse puzzles and cryptic NPCs who will occasionally straight up lie to you about what to do next. The folks behind the remake note that now NPCs actually provide useful information that helps you out, which alone makes it a marked improvement over the original. Castlevania Chronicles 2 is available for download as a raw.exe file through the description of a YouTube video.
Ah, fair enough.
Would you like it?
No, I'm good.
Oh, I just thought because you like Castlevania so much.
I do like Castlevania. I've not played like some of the earlier stuff. My first entry into the Castlevania series was Symphony of Blood, where you actually play as Alucard. And that was back on the PlayStation 1. That was my first experience. And then they actually put that on...
That's the remix.
Then they actually put that on the PS4.
Oh.
And not gonna lie, I am actually tempted at some point to maybe actually do that as a stream, because Castlevania is actually quite an infamous series. Especially the Netflix series, which was very fucking good. Like, very good. Like, we've got like 3-4 seasons.
I think so, yeah. I binge watched them all with Taff like ages ago.
Oh, I binge watched them as well because they were just. I started watching it and I just did not stop. It was literally just so good.
Yeah.
It was literally so good. And the fact is, we're going to be getting a new one as well, a new series as well.
Hey, I have to keep an eye out for that one.
That was Chives' information, though I've still yet to see anything to confirm it. So.
Okay.
I take that with a grain of salt until we either hear otherwise or we talk about it. Or, well, you.
But I love this though, like, above so you know, install it at your own risk. For the record, I've played it a few times, this is obviously the article writer, not me, for a few minutes, and my PC has not become a malware-infested hellscape. The game feels great in that stiff retro Castlevania way, and while I haven't had enough time with it to say how it holds up for the long haul, I'm eager to play more.
Well, you and I have got something else that we'll be actually doing anyway, so...
Yes, on Sunday.
Yes, next Sunday, which I will explain at the end of the Flopcast. Kind of funny how it's actually taking fans to actually jump in and actually like do remakes and shit of actual like classic games to basically give them like the proper revamp. Because there are a couple of classic games that I know definitely could do with a good revamp, or at least redo. Because I keep hearing about it from several other people who are fans of RPGs, and that is Legend of Dragoon. That was actually pretty good back on the PlayStation 1. I have not seen anything of it since. I literally looked up to see how much it would cost to actually buy like an actual physical copy on Amazon. And we're looking at, I think the last I saw it was like a couple of years ago, it was about like 500 quid. And that was for like a pristine condition. And we're talking like old school. We're talking like multiple discs.
Yeah.
We're talking about the good old fucking days, people. But yeah. It's kind of funny, I was seeing like more and more fans actually taking to their computers and actually making either complete new games or actually reworking old ones. I like it. Because it's actually then showing people's ingenuity. There you go. So, I've got something else. And the way that we're going, should not actually have to do a mad rush for little things. 007
I've got one more
Goldeneye, a classic game that was on the Nintendo 64 and classed as probably what it, at the time, one of the best couch co-op first-person shooters. And some people even actually still say it's probably one of the best couch co-op first-person shooters out there to this date. Well, you can now actually play it again on modern consoles. They put it on the Switch on the exclusive expansion bundle for the Nintendo 64 stuff, and they have also put it on the Xbox Gamer Pass. So if you're looking to actually have a bit of fun on GoldenEye with a bit of a revamped graphics, so it doesn't look like a complete pixel mess. It has the couch co-op, to my knowledge, and it also has online multiplayer as well. So if you want to go through tackling GoldenEye all over again, then go for it. Yeah, it's kind of funny how GoldenEye was actually one of the few movie adaptation video games that actually fucking worked.
It was also heavily broken.
Heavily broken? Yes. But people loved it because of it. Which is kind of impressive. It's like, I've seen loads of like video game adaptations of movies and they've just not worked. They've really not worked. Lord of the Rings game series though, on the PlayStation 2, like, completely different matter. They actually did work for what they were.
Yeah.
But, like, I've seen, like, James Bond games and stuff, and they've just been an absolute broken mess for all the wrong reasons. And they just don't work. And yet GoldenEye is still able to actually retain itself as actually a good game. I never played it myself because I didn't have a Nintendo 64. So I might actually give this a crack on the Switch. I might actually boost it up and maybe actually do a little stream on it just to see how it holds up to current gen standards. Or at least remake standards. Because I'm looking at a bit here and yes, it's still like blocks, like the faces are blocks and shit like that. But graphically, and it should actually be a bit smoother. So it'll be interesting to see. I will at some point get on that, and I'll give you guys my pointers on how I think it will actually play. Demo.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were going on more still for a second. The day before was going to be delayed even without the trademark dispute, says the developer. Fantastic. Following the news that the post-apocalyptic zombie games Day Before is receiving an 8-month delay, developer Fantastic has clarified that the delay was planned before the trademark dispute. Obviously, on 25th of January, Fantastic released a statement announcing that some upcoming title titled had to be delayed due to a trademark issue. According to Fantastic, a private individual trademarked the name the day before in the US prior to the developer, leading to the game being blocked on Steam, according to a new statement from Fantastic provided to IGN. This delay was planned before the trademark dispute. We plan to move the game's release before and plan to announce it with publisher Mytona in a 10-minute gameplay video, and then you will know what happened. So, to be on the safe side, to ensure that there is no more transfers, we along with the publisher chose November 10th. That is a safe date given the trademark dispute. This is a second delay the game has received, the first being when it switched to Unreal Engine 5 last year. Oh my god, that's why.
Sorry, I had to check. My laptop was in the way of something, so I had to move it.
Oh. In spite of issues the game has faced, Fantastic is confident that it can solve the trademark dispute in time for its new release date, as it has strong legal partners, also noting that the extra time for development will allow to better prepare for the release and make improvements to the game. Fantastic also responded to some of the allegations that the game isn't actually in development or that it's a scam, saying the storm will calm down eventually and time will put everything in its place. When the game comes out, people will finally see the truth. We understand that some players not seeing the whole picture might have doubts about the game. Our whole focus has always been on the product itself. We have been creating the game for 4 years. All these years have been full of sweat and blood to make this game, and for many members of our team, it is unpleasant to hear such accusations.
Not gonna lie,
FN
not gonna lie, it sounds like we've almost got like another Dead Island 2 situation here.
Yeah. 2 separate reasons, though, to be fair.
Yeah, fair enough. Like,
So I can understand why they're upset.
yeah, the reason, obviously you can see the reasons on both sides of the field. At least it's a bit more legit than Dead Island 2.
Yeah. FNtastic has experienced controversy at various points during the game's development, as it was pointed out to the team uses unpaid volunteers to help develop its games. Though it did promise to hire some of its volunteers, though it didn't specify how many. Okay, I don't understand what that's got to do with the accusations.
Accusations, gotta love them, especially when they seem quite especially, based on non-information. Unfortunately, that happens more often than not. Unfortunately. Especially in the video game industry, where the game is expected to come out and then there's such a huge delay. Still, I do kind of question, though, the fact it's a case. It feels like it's just a case of people just impatient and are just looking for an excuse to bitch and moan. If there's actually like legit reasons and stuff that's holding it up, obviously like licensing dispute and all that, then yeah, that shit's gonna take time. Like, legal disputes aren't exactly just solved over the phone or a quick message on Discord.
No, exactly.
Like, that shit takes time. So the fact that they're actually kind of dealing with legal shit, like, and they had planned for the delay, meant that they were unhappy with something that would cause that. And if they're unhappy with something, means that the game needs to be delayed. If the people behind it aren't happy, then why should they release a game that's like shit? Why, if they're not happy, why release it? I guess if they were to actually to placate some people, I guess another way would be to maybe give a closed beta or something to get sort of like the general populace or like people who are actually interested in the game. They get their opinion. Like that's like a solution to maybe placate some people. I wouldn't suggest an open beta, because then that's just open for all sorts of shit. Like, open betas don't always work.
Yeah, and the fact is as well, someone, like, there must have been a preemptive, like, you know, leak or something for someone to go, okay, I'm going to trademark that before this person does, so I can claim everything.
Yeah.
And where I've not put the effort in. You know, so obviously that's another reason why they've had to delay the game, because now there's going to be, you know, a legal dispute for it.
Yeah, it's... I feel for the company, I do, like... But at the same time, it's kind of one of those, like, things, it's like... It's kind of catch-22, really. It's like, I feel for the company, but at the same time, make sure the game actually works to the standard that you are expecting before you then give a closer, like, release date. Because otherwise you end up with shit like this with, like, an 8-month delay. Like, you make sure everything is, like, covered before you give a release date. And then you spend, like, the next, like, year or few months then tweaking it so that everything is as good as it is, or can be fixed after releasing patches. Yeah.
It's a mess you want to say the least, honestly, and I hope they're able to resolve it.
Yeah, it'll take some time, and legal shit is always messy.
Yeah.
Like, whenever you hear about legal shit going down, like, it's never good. And there's either a reason behind the dispute, or someone's just being a complete and total prick.
Yeah, like what it sounds like in this situation, at least, anyway.
Yeah, but we don't know the whole story about the legal thing. That probably won't, like, the information in regards to that probably won't surface for another month or two. Because it'll then actually, because the legal stuff will then start, and then the filing, then the information will then become made available to the public on sort of like the reasons behind the case, unless they decide to take it completely private.
Yeah. But coming out with a statement of, like, we have a proper legal team and shit, I don't think so by any means.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed they're able to actually get something rocking and rolling. So from legal things to possibly the future of gaming. Earlier this week, last week, I came across a thing on Twitter. I have shown Damo this, and we both agreed this would be Flopcast worthy.
Yes.
Now, let me... Now, there is a streamer who has actually found a way to, well, make it so she can operate Elden Ring with, like, the thought, like, basically her mind. Now,
I've gotten a lot of stuff online.
Now this is actually quite impressive. Like, as you can see, she's like she's not got any hands. This is actually the same woman that's also beaten Elden Ring with a dance mat. So she's actually coming up with very intriguing ways on how to actually go about this. So literally, the way from what I've seen she's gone about it is the way to sort of like get it to actually operate is basically she speaks the word or kind of like what she wants to do, and it'll then enforce the brain to actually then send out the signals, which is then, as you can see on screen, is actually doing. I'll just unmute.
Attack. And again. Heal. Ah! Woo!
So those are not voice commands. Every time she wants to attack, she has to think the right thought to push that brain activity through the EEG, which has a keybind to her attack. Yeah.
So yeah, like, I think that's actually pretty fucking good, the fact that she was able to actually work that shit out. Like, that shit is not easy to, like, do. The fact that she's actually managed to work out ways to, well, to actually have it so her brain actually operates it. The voice command obviously plays a big help, because sometimes actually a voice or like a word association will actually get the brain more like focused on that word, so it sends the right electricity to obviously what's needed, and so obviously that in turn is actually sending it off. So it's very actually impressed that that's actually done. Perry Curiel. I've actually seen quite a few things pop up of hers on Twitter. She actually managed to beat one of the bosses in Elden Ring with 2 dance mats at the exact same time. She beat the same boss in 2 different games on Elden Ring. Demo? You good?
Yeah, sorry, I was just looking up stuff about Silent Hill 2 remake, see if there's anything else on that aging James Sunderland.
I was wondering why you got quiet, because you and I found this actually quite interesting. The woman using basically her mind to operate Elden Ring.
Sorry, yeah, no, to be fair, like, it is interesting. It's a very interesting take as well, like, if you think about it. Because it's like, dude, this is so fucking cool. It's like, just like those cat ears that I want.
The fact that she's actually taken the time to actually do this is like proper big brain. Like, very well done to her. Very well done. I'm looking forward to seeing the other ways she's able to actually do this for Elden Ring.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, not gonna lie, could you imagine us trying to play Elden Ring on a dance mat? Like, that shit would suck. Like, we'd be out of breath in a hot minute.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is, she's not lowering the difficulty of the bosses either. The bosses are as they are. She's just bounds. She just bound it by different keys.
Yes.
So yeah.
Which is pretty fucking awesome, honestly.
So yes, kudos to the lovely lady. She's actually done some very, very good work, and she actually streams this shit as well.
Oh yeah.
So yes, kudos to her, and yes, don't be surprised if we don't actually cover more of her stuff as actually time goes on.
Also, can I just make a thing out there? Like, January 27th, Bloober Team, and I never see this often enough, and it needs to happen. Bloober Team literally were like, congratulations to the whole team of Motive Studio. We were all as excited as terrified to play Dead Space ourselves. Luckily, in space, no one will hear our screams. Can we just take a moment where development companies don't really do that? Especially as much in this day and age, and they've really fucking shit because, oh my god.
Oh shit, Damo. I'm gonna quickly reshow this again. She's actually like found a way to like, if you look on currently, she actually, you can actually see the stuff actually attached to her head, and then you actually see the points, and basically where the basically her brain will then send out the neurons.
Yeah.
That's actually fucking impressive. That is literally big brain. Like, people talk about big brain moves in video games. That is literally a big brain.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Also, ignore what's trending right now. Fucking weird shit.
Yes.
Oh god. So you had some. So you were talking about something, sorry?
Yeah, Bloober Team literally congratulated Motive Studio on the Dead Space remake.
Oh yeah, Dead Space
And
actually.
companies need to do that.
Yeah, Dead Space remake actually came out this last week, didn't it?
But what I'm saying is more development companies need to do this with other people's games. Like, dude, to remake something like Dead Space is a fucking miracle in its own way. I've like, not really seen
not
any
just that,
gameplay for
not
it,
not
but-
just that, but also like just showing like just some like common decency as well. It's just like
like,
generally
you
being
don't
nice,
see it.
like
Exactly, like you just don't see it.
no.
Especially as often. And Bloober Team, like, congratulations to the whole team of Motive Studio. We are all as excited as terrified to play Dead Space ourselves.
Oh.
Luckily, in space, no one will hear our screams.
Except the neighbours next door.
Yeah.
Because Dead Space.
Yeah.
That shit
You
is
know.
that shit is jump scare galore. Holy fuck.
And it's just kind of nice to see something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because like you don't really see it that often, and it's just like following these people's footsteps. And people give Bloober Team a massive fucking load of shit. Okay, some of the games aren't great. Admittedly, yeah, sure. But the fact is, they've never hidden any of the inspirations for any of their games either. And the fact that one of their main inspirations was literally the Silent Hill series, and people need to realize, like, they're not going to be like some of their games that you might find are shit. You know, Silent Hill is their main inspiration for their games. They're going to be taking, you know, their time, make sure it's all polished and shit like that. Obviously, some bits they're going to kind of miss and stuff, like most development companies do.
I can see sort of like what inspired you to actually bring this up.
Yeah, the Silent Hill 2 remake is their baby, their pride and joy, something they've been inspired by for many fucking years. And they finally get to work on it, like, you know, in a way make it their own, but keep it to the original.
Yeah.
They've already said as well, they have confirmed this, or Konami has confirmed this more so out of anything else. The main character for Silent Hill 2 is no longer going to be in his late 20s, early 30s. They're going to age him up a bit, because the fan base has aged a bit. Do you know how cool that is? I mean, it's kind of disappointing, because it's like, yeah, but the time it was set, are they going to make it now more modern? Because if so, that does make sense. You know? And anyway, development companies, do the bloober. Congratulate other development companies for a successful game coming out. Remake, original, doesn't matter. Do it.
But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the final 2 minutes of the Flopcast. So, Basically, just kind of go on about some of the plans, obviously, for the week going forward. Now, as those of you who have paid attention, I am thinking about maybe adding Thursdays to the stream schedule. So what I will end up doing is I will I will actually add it to the stream schedule. But I'll add it as the possible day.
Yeah.
So. There may be a stream or there may not, but the fact is I am back on my late night schedule for work, so
I would say give it a couple weeks before testing that one out, because you need to get used to the old schedule again.
as I said, hence possible, so not guaranteed. Obviously Saturday will be usual, like pizza party night, where a bunch of us will obviously get together and play some multiplayer games and have some fun. As you obviously we've been doing for like actually over about a year now, something like this we've been doing. Sunday is a special collab stream for myself and Damo. We are actually going to be doing a Pokemon Bushido Soul Link.
Yep.
I've changed some of the rules slightly.
Make it easier on me because I am a noob.
But not too easy, the fact that we just breeze through it.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Oh, it's not wanting to work.
Might be because I've actually not activated it yet. That'd be why.
Oh, well, there you go.
I just remembered I hadn't activated it yet. But yeah, basically, there'll be some custom rules. Sort of like my own little custom rules. So I'll be calling it the Soul Link Chaos Lock. So I've got a couple of little things on it. I'll obviously explain the rules on the time. So it'll probably be at 8 PM again for us. Yes. So then obviously we can do whatever we want during the day, and then we can actually do this in the evening. And Demo and I will be going through the Pokemon Bushido game. Demo's already chosen her starter. I have not chosen mine. We'll do that on the actual stream day. And next Monday is actually going to be the return of Digimon Survive. Yeah, no, it's been a bit since we actually done it, but that was due to reasons where we kind of needed to just kind of take a break for health reasons.
Yeah.
So apologies to those of you who were expecting that, but we needed to look after our own health before we took anything like that, because it can be a bit of a strain on our vocal cords.
Yes.
But yeah, that's kind of the general idea of what's going to go down. I'll have a bit more of a solid plan laid out as the week progresses, once I actually get my body back into working evenings again. Damn, you got any plans for streams this week?
Not entirely sure, to be honest. I know I need to kind of get back into it, but again, as I've explained, I am more so waiting for my medication to come through so I can get back started on that, so I can get back into more of an official schedule. So it is a bit up in arms at the moment.
So currently, the only actual stream that you'll actually see of Damo will be next Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday, yeah.
Obviously Saturday and Sunday. So technically, you're filling your 2-day quota.
True.
So.
But I will try and do a little mini stream during the day at some point throughout the week. I'm not very sure at the moment. Got a lot of stuff kind of going on, so.
Yes. But, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope...
None of your commands want to work.
They really fucking don't, do they? Jesus Christ. What on earth is going on? Why don't the commands want to work? Like, seriously, what the hell?
There we go.
What the fuck was that?
No idea.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a plan for a raid. I think Deborah can pretty much gather who we're going to raid.
Bluey!
Damn straight. Who's currently playing Hi-Fi.
Oh.
Yes. Hi-Fi Rush.
Very nice.
So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back either Thursday or Friday, depending. So, yes, those are the raid commands for you guys to actually utilise when we get in there. But yes, I hope you all have a very wonderful rest of the evening. This Plopcast will be going up at some point this week. I can't guarantee when it will be, but when I actually get round to actually editing it, breaking it down, cutting out obviously the start and obviously the break that we had in between, so it's not as long. So you guys don't have to just be like skip. So you can literally just go through seamlessly straight through. But yeah, I hope you guys have a very good rest of the evening. And I hope you all enjoy yourselves and have a very good week. As stated, we are going to be raiding the lovely Blue Moo Gaming.
Yep.
So I hope you all enjoy yourselves when you get there. Obviously, there you go. Obviously, you have the top one as the Pizza Party raid for those of you who are just following, and for those of you who are subscribed, you had the bottom one. And with that being said, raise your pizzas high and say it with me. Stay chaotic and live for the challenge.
Live for the challenge. Hello?
Bye.
Bye.